Well, hi. Um, we're starting a live tea time live. Got my cup of tea with my Family Law Cafe mug, coffee cup. It's got tea in it. And today, Carol Horner's going to join me. She's my operations manager at Family Law Cafe, and we thought we'd just have a chat about things that we've learned in the 5 years that we've been running Family Law Cafe, just have a reflection. This is totally and utterly unscripted. So we're just going to, what comes up. She should be joining me now. Here she comes.
Hello. Hi. Hi, everyone.
Carol, you're looking lovely today.
Oh, God. Quick makeover, I've got to say. How are we doing, everyone?
Well, I don't know. How's everyone doing? Is everyone feeling like middle of the week? Hello, hiya.
Hi.
If you're feeling middle of the week, remember Hump Day, end of Wednesday. It's just 2 working days to the weekend. Wow. And it's a bank holiday weekend.
Right?
Bank holiday weekend.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, nice. Lots of wine then, ladies and gents.
I think everyone's forgotten about bank holiday. Carol, you're a bit low there.
Am I? I don't know. I'm trying to. Can you see me now? Is that okay?
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, that's
yeah, I think we have Easter. You always feel like it's all bank holidays at this period, don't you? Then we've got the extra one for the Queen's Jubilee.
That's
so
right.
Great.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. So please comment down below if you're feeling tired and worn out and in need of a bit of a lift, and we try and give some kind of performance, because I think,
don't worry, we've all got grey hairs.
So we were going to talk about what we've learned running Family Law Cafe, and I was just trying to think maybe adaptability is a good place to start in the alphabet, beginning with an A. Adaptability. What do you think?
Yes, no, I think massively for me, okay, it's been about the customer, really. And obviously coming from, is it okay? Yes. Sorry.
Adaptability being about the customer, ABCs, yeah? Okay, yeah, sorry.
So the customer for me, okay, I think they love speaking to a non-legal person. That's massive for me. And how much we save them cost. That's the other thing. You know, they can't believe it because they've gone in all these other directions, and the money they've spent, and they come to us and it's like, wow, what's gone on here? Where were you guys at the start? So that's been massive for me as well. And the other thing is as well, is you hear so much about, oh, I've got to print this off, I've got to do that. We have a case space, it's all in one place. All that stress is gone. And that's what they love. They love that they haven't got the running around. And massively.
So we take the problems, don't we? Absolutely. I think sometimes you and I talk about that every day. You know, there is always a problem. And then I always have to say, yeah, but that's what we do. We just take people's problems and make them our own problems. And it's just mostly problem solving, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people out there that I think sit at home and they know they have a situation, okay, and they are stressing all the time. But sometimes the timing to pick the phone up is not, how can I explain this? It's not in a 9 to 5. Well, with us, Family Law Cafe, it doesn't matter what time, you know, up till 7 o'clock, we're still here. We're still here and we still take the calls, and we're not legal. And some of them just want to say, I just need to get it off my chest, because obviously there's a lot of people out there with anxiety, mental health, and, you know, all of this stressing and overthinking, it's not good for them. It's not good for them.
It's a lot of overthinking, I think. I think that's a really good point, that, you know, what we're trying to do is get a strategy. And way back, I was told, someone I work with said, how my head of department actually said, you have strategy. And so I always kind of remember that. And people underestimate how important strategy is.
Yeah.
And the decisions you take, and there's a lot of overthinking. And I think that once people, I've got to do this and that, and then you can point out, actually, you don't need to do that. Sometimes the best thing to do is to do nothing.
Yeah.
People can be a bit scared about that. I think that we try and build their confidence as well. Do you agree that they know that
Yeah, no,
they've got a
absolutely.
lawyer
And I've
working for
said
them?
this on other lives, you know, that when you're ready, we're ready. And I think that is the only thinking that you need to do. Do you want to put up with your situation more than, you know, you've probably been in it for 1 or 2 years? Are you ready to make that change? How is your situation affecting you? Yeah. If it's,
Yeah, I mean, just to come in there, that I think that's the thing that I've really learned, and I'm not sure that we can. It's getting people started, isn't it? Some people are
yes.
really scared and they've been in a bad situation maybe
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 years, and they just haven't started, or they've started and just not really got going on things. And there's the fear factor, isn't there?
Absolutely. And do you know what? From experience, okay, and unless the situation is in front of you, okay, I learned from experience that you have to act straight away. And I always go with my gut. And I always say, if your gut says let's go, that means you're ready, okay? Because if you don't follow through, okay, you are still going to suffer, and you're still going to not ever get it resolved. And that's why I'm going to come in with, you know, we're consistent, we have a structure, we just want to help you. Once you know what you want, then we are here to do exactly what you want. And it's a change. And I understand there's a fear factor, like Joanna said, of actually taking that next step. But it's a bit like anything, isn't it? It's a bit like a diet, really. Well, I don't like that word diet. But, you know, let's change our habits. That's the right thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, we think, okay, so if I lost a couple of stone, how would I look? Do I want to look like that? No, don't think like that. Just do it if it's
Just
right for
start.
you.
Yeah, just start and get into and take action every day. You know, one of the things that I remember, our first website had a huge hand, didn't it?
Yes.
The first
The
page was a
helping
massive
hand.
hand, a
Yes.
helping hand. And I think that's, oh, hi, hello, hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt. Hi. Can't wait for that meal.
And I think the other thing we learned, wasn't it, to be to get a lot of structure in what we do, because you know sometimes people would at first just be ringing at any time, and we're like, no, we have to give you structure. So we're quite firm with people, aren't we, and send, like, put it on the portal, you'll get your reply the next day. And so then I think also by writing things down, people can put something on their case space and they've got it out of their system.
Absolutely.
Whereas, you know, I think we've learned to be a bit bossy with people, haven't we?
I don't think it's bossy. I think for me, it's about letting you guys know there that we do have a system and we get results. Mm-hmm. And if we follow through with our system, it's only because we care about the way you guys want it to be. So for me, I have to be a little bit brutal, and I'm not going to lie, but it's only because I care. I care about the end result for you guys.
Yeah. We've had a few hundred people, have I? Can't even, we should look at our numbers. And I think we had one lady, early days, and we said, look, you know, we think you need a bit of extra help. I don't think she got really offended that we said, you know, that you should see your doctor, get some help, get some support in, because she was really struggling to move forward. And she got a bit upset at that. And it didn't move forward, although you could just see that it needed to. And then she contacted you, didn't she? Later on, say, oh, I get it. You know, thank you. And, you know, so that was nice. So sometimes
she's gone down the right route, but it took her a little while to address it. And that's what we're saying, okay? There's loads of stuff going on in everyone's lives, okay? But until you sort of like sit down and look how it's affecting you, and if you want to change and have that life that you deserve it, okay? You need to do it now. And you know what? We've got all the tools here to, like Joanna, hold your hand through that process, because that's what we do. That is what we do. And it's not, we're not, and some people say to me, yeah, but how do I know I can trust you? Well, you're not going to know until you let us have a go, and then you'll see. And
Yeah,
if you
try and see. I mean, I think the other thing is that we really like to work with people who get us and make sure
Yes.
that, you know, we have a really good relationship. There's a lot of trust. And then just the other side is that we're dealing with the courts all the time, aren't we? And
Oh,
they're not
wow.
getting any better, let's
Wow.
face it.
No.
A lot
Wow.
of you are just running around where we just,
Oh, wow.
no one messes with you, Carol, and your team.
No, I mean, I've got to
getting
be honest,
documents
I am
in.
very forceful when it comes to the courts, because the system does need to change. Because, you know, there's a lot of people out there that are providing documents, all sorts of stuff that needs to be for their hearing, and it's not even getting there. But Carol's on the phone, bang on. I know the time of your hearings, okay, an hour before. I need to know that that document is in front of that judge, okay. That's the force that I give our systems, because I don't say it's me, but if it was my case, and I have been there before, okay, I need to make sure that they know what they're reading and they know exactly where I'm coming from. And that's where our legal team come in, because I work alongside them tightly. I work alongside the customer tightly and the hosting team tightly to ensure that you get the result that you want. And I'm not going to say you're going to get it all the time, because you're not. I can't make promises, but you know what? I will give it my all. And that's all I can say. You know, the courts need, well, the word I'd use is a boot. A boot.
A very nice one, very gentle one. And
yeah.
I always say as well, I mean, you know, you've got to give all of your arguments to the judge on a plate so they can just pick it up. You know, you've got to be really organised. And I think also you're chasing up and making sure the barristers do their stuff, the solicitors have replied, as well as
because you deserve the service. Yes. You guys deserve that service, and that's what you're paying for. And it's, do you know what, with me and Joanna, and I've just seen a comment, the dream team. Yeah, we are the dream team. And the reason why we're the dream team, because we won't tolerate nonsense. Yeah. And that comes from the courts. I won't tolerate it from barristers. I don't want excuses. Just get on with it, because I've got somebody waiting for that and I want it. And you know what? Sometimes you have to be brutal. And that's what I'm saying to you guys. Be brutal. Decide where you want to be with the rest of your life. Be brutal.
Yeah. And what about the good sides? I mean, do you enjoy your job? Or...
I love it. Do you know what? I love it every day. And do you know what? I love talking to people. I love listening to their stories. And do you know what? Every time I talk to one person, even when I'm on that call, I'm thinking, what can I do to help? It's in my body. It's, you know, you all know my history. I used to work at Morrison's customer service. You know, I've done all that, and I wanted to ensure that everyone got the right prices for their staff. But with family law, what I've learned, and I can't even remember, it's about 5 years now, isn't it, Jenna? I'm not sure. I've lost count, because I don't take counting on, you know, this is my life. Do you know what, if I was as clever as Joanna, I probably would love to get in there. And I have been into court with Joanna, and I love it. Do you know what? That acceleration and shutting people down when they're wrong, you know, that I love it.
I think you were a bit surprised, weren't you, to see how it worked, because you always wanted to come into court with me.
Yes.
What did you think when, you know, you came into a case that we had, and you travelled up, didn't you? And because I think the judge in that case had said, oh, it would be really handy to have someone else there for our
support, wasn't it? The support.
I think for our clients there to look after them when.
Yeah.
And what did you think about, you know, going into court and what you saw? I mean, you're on the other side of it. So when
we've gone in with our customers. So for me, actually seeing you in action, because it actually makes, you know, you can talk to somebody and you can think, oh, she's a bit scary, you know. But then when you see the other side of Joanna in the courtroom, it's like, oh, wow, I love it. The strength, and I'm not just saying that because you're on the screen, because I say it as it is, that's me. But the strength in there to get what you want is massively, and shutting people down, picking out the liars, looking at the stuff that needs to be addressed, pushed at the judge, and and making the judge. You know what was massive for me as well? Because I don't know, if you go into a courtroom, they're always looking down and reading. Eye contact. Look at your customer, look at their emotions, and then make your judgment. And that was for me. And seeing them and encouraging that person halfway through the hearing, you know, feeling what they're feeling, you know, saying to Joanna, this, you know, they're really down, you know, we need to go in, and just seeing the strength. I love strength. That's me, and that's what I try and put on other people. Strength, consistency, structure, and results. That is me, and that's how I work.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I've tried to set it up so that, you know, we have everything organised really well, because I just got fed up as a barrister for years. Often the bundle would come in really late. It wouldn't be right. The numbering would be wrong. I'd be redoing the bundle because I'm very competitive. I hate to lose. I'm going to be honest with you. I know that family law isn't winning or losing. Absolutely isn't.
No.
But what I mean by that is I hate to not do my best. And I can't bear it if some cases are not properly prepared and people go in and it's like going in without the right equipment. It's so unfair, and family law is so tough. You wouldn't be in a court if it wasn't difficult.
No.
Because obviously you want to keep out. No one wants to be in a family law court.
No.
So if you're going to do that, then I'm just so passionate that absolutely everything should be right. That you know, you should have all your conferences early, your positions there, everything done. Because, you know, it's not a perfect world. No one's perfect, and everyone can make mistakes, and you know, it's tough. But we do have to give everyone the best chance. So that's just wanted to set up something to give people that chance, and not to spend loads of money on stuff that you just don't need to spend money on.
No, exactly.
And until people understand how much, I mean, we get a lot of people, don't we? They've spent a lot of money already. And, and they always say, I wish I'd come to see you earlier.
Exactly.
Yeah,
because
you have very little money left. And that's awful, isn't it?
Do you know what? The amount of calls that I have that they've spent, and I mean thousands. We're not talking about pounds, thousands. And then the question I always ask is, okay, so where are you at now then? And they can't tell me, because a lot of that is being spent on phone calls, emails, you know, preparing bundles. And that, hang on a moment, that doesn't even include the barrister's cost either. And I'm thinking, oh my God. And then when you tell people what we do, that's all part of our costing. We try to keep your costing down, because we evaluate your case. But when you come to us, we look at how we can make this right and affordable. And, you know, I have to keep stressing it. You know, there's no reason for you to spend all this money when that tells me you haven't got the right team. You haven't got a team, you've got a one person. I'm not going to put, you know, names.
Yeah, and I think also, I think that point that you make, sometimes people say, yeah, and we got, and I think, oh, but you're only like 10% or 20% into the case, and you've actually got nowhere. You're going to have to, you might be near the first appointment, and there's going to be loads to do, and they think they've got a long way. And sometimes people run out of money, don't they? And they're just left, and they have to represent themselves. It's just awful.
Exactly.
I just hate that.
It's they pay all this money. They think they ring me up. They say, oh, I've got a final hearing, blah, blah, blah. And then once I hand it over to the legal, like Joanna and her team, it's like, but all this has still got to be done. And they've spent all this money. So, and then when you look at the time log of where they've spent their money, it's a phone call. £250 for one call. And I'm thinking, oh my God. And it's heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking. But that's what we've got to stop. You know, and that's what me and Joanna are passionate about. You've got to stop wasting your money on not the right support. You've got to, you know, I've said it on my last live, give us a call. You know, if you don't understand how we work, our process, I'll take your calls. My hosting team will take your calls, and we will lay it out so you know where your money is going.
Yeah, make your choice. Okay, so probably enough about all that. So where are we going? What's the future holding for us, Carol? Where are we going to be
Family
in
Law Cafe.
3 years?
Okay, well, you know what? I want to be I want to be up there with the big boys. I say I say it as it is, guys. I want to be up there with the big boys. I want to be able to be traveling around countries, supporting and helping people that are isolating themselves away from their problem. Okay, I've got a good team. I don't think I need to expand in that, but I just need to get us out there so that you guys can trust us and see what we can do. And if that's seminar, whatever it takes, I'll sit on a plane, someone buy me a jet, and I'll go around and you can all have a hug as well. You know, at the end, that's what I want. That's how I see it. I just want to be picking up the phone and making sure that every single person on my books is being looked after. And I know they are at the moment, but I want it growing and I want it big.
Because we're already looking after people from all over the country, aren't
Absolutely,
we? And we've done cases where there's an English element and they're abroad.
Yes.
So we can, it doesn't matter, you know, we can take.
For me, I just want it everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
We need to be out there and we need to be everywhere. I want to be like the president. I want to be up there. That's it. I want to show people. And do you know what the other thing is as well? At the end, well, there's never going to be an end for me until I die. But for me, I'd like a big party as well with all of the customers that we have. And I want them on a Zoom, or I want them somewhere. And I want to invite everyone from around the world to listen to real life stories.
Yeah, we've got some on the website, haven't we?
Yeah, we
should do that again. We just got them together around the Christmas time.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we better go. We'll be back up working again tomorrow, trying to solve the world's problems. I certainly want to just do this, make it as big as possible, get people to understand that, you know, we are a law tech. You know, we've got the tech, but we don't talk about that because we realize our customers, they don't care about the tech. As I always say, it's like having a Ferrari or a really amazing car. You don't have to know what's under the bonnet. You just need to get in and drive it.
Want to get it done.
So we've just made it easy. We've made our system as it was modelled on kind of the simplicity of Facebook, basically, isn't it? Our online portal, everything done online. Get your lawyers online, get your strategy, get your support from the hosting team, pay for what you need. You have a base monthly fee, and we'll get you what you need. Absolutely. You know, every case is going to be different, but we have a big network, and we'll get you whatever you need to make sure you get the best outcome. So,
absolutely.
Cheers, my dear.
Thank you very, very much. See you in the morning.
See you in the morning.
Day's work. Yes. Take care. Thanks
all right.
Take care. For watching us.
Bye, everybody. See you Sunday.
Bye.
Bye.